Hello there. Hope you enjoyed the pre-show. And if you're ready to get started with tonight, we've got some haunted headlines and some truth or scares and some really, truly scary snack stories. Okay, we'll get you set up here. Okay, there we go. I think we've got everyone on. Hey, baby. I'm glad you like it. Glad you liked them. All right, let's get started, shall we? We're about a minute into this. Hold on, let me get mine. All right, here we go. First up in the lightning room, fright or fiction, the truth or scare. And before I begin, I'm sorry, I always get this. I know, truth or scare. Hello, everybody. How was your week? Hope you had a good week. If not, hope you have managed through it and glad you're here tonight. Okay, ready to go with some truth or scare? Here we go. How you like our kitty cat? I am showing a delay. Are you guys seeing? Okay, you're seeing that. Mine is for some reason being a bit of a delay. Let me check that there. Okay, here we go. Keep me focused there. Truth or scare. Haha, I know, right? Awesome week. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to know. Okay, so you're on the radio that spoke from the grave. I am frozen on so I can't see anything right now. My screen over here is frozen. So tell me if you're tell me how it's going. Here we go. Okay, so the radio that spoke from the grave. So truth or scare? A woman in Ohio swore that her late husband's old radio turned on every night at 3:07 a.m., the exact time he died, and played their wedding song, even though the station had been off the air for years. Okay, so all you're seeing is skeletons too. Okay, something's wrong. Hang on a second. Okay, hold on a second, guys. I'm going to stop this for a moment. This share for a moment. I'm going to stop it. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. We might, okay, let's get this here. Okay, let's put our skeleton down. All right, let's get ready to share our screen. Let's try this one more time. Here we go. All right. You should be seeing the lightning room fright or fiction, the truth or scare game. Let me know if you're seeing that now. There we go. Okay, hang on there. All right, looks like we had to just take our little skeletons down. Sorry about that. All right, there you go. How's it looking, guys? Everybody got a good one? You should see the lightning room fright or fiction, the truth or scare game. Arr, how you like my mask? No mask. Arr, just me. Hooray, we got it. Okay, good deal. There's technology for you. I tell you what. Aha, take that. Okay, let's not be too confident. All right, here we go again. Okay, you see the slide. Okay, we're up. Everybody's up. All right, here we go. So back to the story. So now you can see that. So I'll give you a second there. Let's get caught up. So this is about the radio that spoke from the dead. So let you appear. There you go. Okay, so the story was a woman in Ohio swore that her late husband's old radio turned on every night at 3:07 a.m., the exact time he died, and played their wedding song, even though that radio station had been off the air for years. Truth or scare? What do you think? Truth or scare? What do you think? Kind of creepy though, huh? And there's something about the 3 o'clock hour, I gotta tell you. It's the 3 o'clock hour. There's something to it. I'd say. I'd say. What do you say? What say ye? Truth or scare? Is it true or no? Yeah, just wow, right? That's yeah, yeah. Just the same time and everything. Okay, it is truth. It's based on a 2019 local news story where unexplained broadcasts were traced to a nearby ham radio signal mimicking an old station. Creepy coincidence, right? Wow. So isn't that cool? True. Yeah, that was it. That was its explanation. Okay, next up, yeah, that would be creepy. But I tell you, anything at that 3 o'clock hour, I mean, there's something to it. True, true, it is. True, absolutely, it is. Okay. Hi, Sammy. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Long week. So glad. See, our loved ones can communicate with us. Absolutely. And they'll find any way to do that. They will find any way to do that. They will do that. Okay, let's move on to the mirror in room 13. So, at a historic inn in Savannah, Georgia, that's already kind of creepy, guests reported seeing their own reflection smiling back a few seconds late. The mirror was eventually covered after one tourist claimed her reflection whispered her name. Creepy. Mirrors, that's another thing about mirrors. I don't know about them. What do you think, group? What do you think? A mirror that you look into it, smiles back seconds late, and oh, what if it whispered your name? Okay, so truth or scare? What do you think? What say ye, truth or scare? That is just creepy, right? I don't like mirrors, right? I know there is a thing about mirrors. They have to exist in some point, but they're they can be mirrors. Things about mirrors, right? All right. What say you? What say you? What say? Yes, agreed. Creepy, another creepy, absolutely creepy. Okay, so this is scare, totally made up, but eerily believable in Savannah's haunted house or haunted hotel scene, right? I mean, totally believable thing. I gotta say that's just a totally believable thing. It's sort of like saying mirrors. It's sort of like saying 3 o'clock in the morning. It's sort of like saying Savannah, Georgia. It just does that. Sounds like a discount issue. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Okay, guys, you ready to get to our next one? Okay, the next one is the toy that kept talking. Every parent's nightmare, and this really happens with some toys. Whether they got stuck, something got stuck on them, or it's just unexpected. Toys have done some creepy things. So for those of you who don't vote for the toys, I got you. Okay, so after a family moved from New York to Texas, their daughter's talking doll kept saying, "I miss the cold." The family swore it hadn't had batteries in months. I miss the cold. Oh my gosh. So they moved from New York to Texas and the doll just keeps talking. No batteries in it. But apparently the doll keeps talking. What do you think about that? Another one of those truly believable things. Toys. Talking toys. Talking stuffed toys. Haha, Bob. Saw that from your previous comment from them. So what do you say? Could the doll talk? Was it to burn the doll? Right. It's another one of those Annabelle things. Put it someplace where it can't possibly do anything else. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about that. Okay, what do you say? Okay, yes, yes. True, true, false. Okay, true, true, false. Let's see. The answer is the koi that kept talking about that doll. Truth. A real story went viral in 2020 when a family's Elsa doll started speaking years after its batteries were removed. Engineers still can't explain it. Now, that's just creepy. I mean, that doll is going to find its. What do you do? Like call what's his name with the Conjuring dude. Put it up in your little place. I mean, get rid of it. Make it go away. Just make it stop. Hello, beautiful friends. Glad you're here. Okay, next up, here we go. What the truth? I know that is kind of crazy, creepy, but dolls and toys, and it's okay. That's okay. Stop drinking. That's just crazy stuff, right? Crazy stuff. Okay, next up. Might help. Stop or start. Okay, the wrong number from beyond. All right, here you go. A man got a voicemail from his deceased mom. It was static mixed with her familiar voice saying, "Don't forget your coat." The kicker? He buried her with her phone, fully charged. Hmm. Hmm. Start. Yes. Okay, so buried her with her phone. Truth or scare? Like, what do you think? I don't know. I tend to believe this one's like, I don't know. I haven't even heard of this before. Any of you heard of this one? Not sure. I'd be glad to hear from my mom or not in that circumstance. Good, good point, right? Yeah. I mean, communication is communication. Okay. The answer? Scare. Totally a fright, but inspired by true phantom voicemail phenomenon studied by paranormal investigators. So while it is not true, it is a scare. It is brought on by a particular phenomenon that there's something about it that occurs. Okay, so let's move on. Interesting. I just love these. Like I'm just never sure. Sometimes it's too scary to be real, and sometimes it's just scary enough to be real. Okay, the violin in the attic. Oh, I see that little attic there. That word right there that you can't actually see is attic. The violin in the attic. So this story goes like this. A musician in Boston found a century-old violin in her attic. When she tuned it, the strings played on their own, a faint melody no one recognized. The next day, her neighbor mentioned hearing music from the old funeral home next door. Mm. So she finds an old violin in her attic. When she tuned it, the strings played on their own, a faint melody no one recognized. But the next day, her neighbor mentioned hearing music from the old funeral home next door. Oh, that's almost believable, isn't it? That is almost believable. What do you think? Do, creepy, creepy, creepy. I know another one of those things. Man, we're just adding everything to the list because now music is in the list too. Because music is another one of those seeps through all of everything. Okay, so we've got a laugh, a creepy, a do. Sorry, my little doodads got strung along. Okay, so truth or scare? Scare. All fiction, but admit it. You heard that tune in your head, didn't you? Yeah, we actually played it out. Thank you very much, Jones, for that. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so hope you had fun with that one. Let's move on to our next little section. Shall we? Sounds going good. No feedback. Rod Sterling's like, oh yeah. For the Twilight Zone. What? Ah, darn it. Yes, yes, I know. I wish I could hum it right. It's in my, I'm trying to get it in my head. Trying to get it to my mouth. I got it in my head. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I digress. Okay, how about this one? Haunted headlines. The ghost made me do it. Haunted headlines. The ghost made me do it. So listen up to a couple of these really creepy things you might know. So what I did with this was I'd like to give you an exact look of a first up, and I'm going to give you just a picture of what it looks like, and then I'll tell you a quick tale about it. Okay, so first up, here we go. Again, good evening, good to see you all. All right, so this is called the Lumber Baron Inn. It's in Denver, Colorado. It's a Victorian mansion that's for sale with guests who claim whispers and footprints. The three-story mansion was built in 1890. Isn't it beautiful? It just look, but it has a creepy look about it. It's beautiful. I love that round tower. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, it was built in the 1890, and it hit the market for 3.2 billion, and it's haunted by former residents. The rep in part of the listing tells you this, like it tells them in the listing that this is haunted by former residences. Okay, so explore that idea, would you? Haunted real estate. Does the ghost do the talking or what? Like, what would you say? Here's this beautiful house. It sells for this much money, and my guess is it was built in 1890, and it's hitting the market for 3 point. You know that's beautiful inside. You know that it's just stuff that you just don't even have anymore. So you see this, it's a steal, let's say. It's right in your, you've got the 3 point mill. It's right in your deal. It's a steal, but they tell you in the listing it is haunted by former residents. Now that's brave, straight up, right there. Would you buy it? Would you negotiate more on the price? What would you do? What would you say? Does the ghost talk add value for you, or is it like, it scares some buyers away? I mean, I think it's both, actually. I think for those who like ghostly things, this is going to be a draw, and for those who don't, it will. But what about for you? Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful house, Jones. Love that porch, and yes, cynical. Oh yes, centrical. Yeah, but haunted, I will keep my cardboard box. Yes, yes, me too. Like, absolutely. I don't think haunted. And I mean, that you're going to be so bold as to tell me it's haunted. I'm like, nah, I'm out of here. I got to go. We already discussed we wouldn't even go places that we thought might be haunted necessarily. Not on purpose, for sure, we wouldn't do it. Okay, so the general consensus seems to be some laughter, some no way. Beautiful house, but I'll keep where I'm at. Yes, I think we're going to stick with that. I think the thought is, yeah, we'll stay where we are. Okay, how about this one? This is called the Cathedral House Hotel, and it's in Scotland. The story behind this one, it was also built in the 1800s. A lot of all these like, yeah. Okay, so it was built in 1877. It was used as a prisoner halfway house and later a church facility, and now a hotel infamous for hauntings. Owners are selling it this year. Well, I guess everyone's kind of jumping in on this. Let's sell it. Another one of those. When you combine the hospitality and the hauntings and the fine dinings, do spirits become part of the brand? Like, is that part of this hotel, part of this experience? Is that it's haunted and it's scary, and here's all the extra stuff, that regular stuff like combining the hospitality and the fine dining make you comfortable. Beautiful architect, right? Isn't it beautiful? I found these places to be these first couple ones to be just stunning. So, what do you think? Can you combine all these things make it more interesting? Combine the hospitality, combine the food, combine the ghost, and just, hey, it's just like an experience, like experience hoteling, or I don't know, what would you call it? Could be experienced everything. But would you go to the hotel even? Would you stay in the hotel? Or would you just go there and have lunch? What would it be for you? Would it all speak to you, or would you just take it in small bites? Would you not? Would you just pass? Would you just pass? Um, I don't know. I may be open to like a lunch or something daytime-ish. I mean, and not on a day like that when the clouds look that horrible, which I here in Scotland are quite often. So I don't know. Okay. So what do you think? Would you stay or go? Sam, no, no, still no on that. Yeah, I might try lunch. I might try lunching. Make it a disco hall, and the music will be loud enough to drown out any chains rattling. Like that. Absolutely. Okay, that's a hard pass, Doms. That's a hard pass. All right. So pretty much the general consensus is no, they wouldn't. And I'm thinking, I'm still on the fence. Like I'm kind of thinking maybe a lunch or something. Okay. Yes, lunch, daytime, sunny day, perhaps. Exactly. Change the mood of it up a little bit, put some sun there, do it in the daytime. Maybe. I mean, we're getting a little bit closer. We're getting a little bit closer. Okay, we've talked about The Conjuring, right? And the Annabelle doll and that a couple of times. So this is The Conjuring house. Um, the real life inspiration for the whole franchise, the whole horror facing franchise. So the 18th century farmhouse, again, made famous by paranormal claims, is being auctioned or foreclosed and bought by a mystery buyer and just this month. So when the house of a famous paranormal story becomes real estate news, how much myth versus fact do you want when you buy that property? So here's a big paranormal franchise. They're selling you this house. They're telling the whole story through this is that it's this haunted house, or rather, not haunted house. It's this house that has all of this and does all of this. Do you buy that knowing all that has been in that land? Are you interested in it? Do you tear it down and start all over? What do you do? So when the house that's famous becomes real estate, how much does the myth and fact bother you? Do you believe everything they said about this house? Or do you believe part of it's this franchise and maybe a little mixed together? What do you think about that? The Conjuring, yeah. Just no, me too. Me too, Jumps. Just no, I wouldn't. Not The Conjuring. That's like, especially that's another one where they painted all the big bright signs saying, mm-mm. So I'm not that brave. No, 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 no. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, not that brave. Sam, no. Sam says nothing, anywheres, nowheres. Nothing, anywheres, nowheres. Fair enough. In other words, I take it no. Okay, I will give you $10 and sell it for one. Yes, yes, yes. That would be like, nope, well, I'm not going to do it. Mm-mm. Okay, how about this one? This is called the Emily Morgan Hotel, and I hadn't heard about this one. It's in San Antonio, Texas. And the story behind the Emily Morgan is it's a historic building. It's right by the Alamo. It's one of the most haunted hotels in America. Originally a 1924 medical building and a hospital, it was converted into a hotel. Its haunted credentials are openly part of the marketing. So one thing we hear yet again, kind of our theme of these scary places has been they're on the market. They are doing so. They are for sale or they are being used actively. Now the Emily Morgan, that's yeah, that's like a regular running hotel. I mean, it's just so how do you that's a big hotel right there. How do you embrace that? What do you say to your guests? What would be your ad? Like, come stay at the Emily Morgan. Ghosts are welcome. Um, Stay at the Emily Morgan where you may wake up to screaming. I mean, what do you do? What is that? And what is the new thing? Did we miss out on something about staying every place that was scary? Or maybe people are just embracing the fact that it's scary property. You got to do something with it. I don't know. Okay. So Jumps. What kind of crazy people would buy haunted places exactly? Oh, wait. My daughter had the what? Okay. Shoot. Sorry. I hope that's sorry. Yeah, that and so some people are, that's just their thing. They can do this. That would engage them, entice them, enlighten them. They just love. I'm not. I think I would be like, no, I'm not staying in a hotel. I wouldn't want to stay. But anyway, the point was, how do you embrace, how do you sell that, or like what do you say to your guests? Okay, you're at the checkout thing. Okay, buy it and get it to play with demolition C4 and watch it disintegrate, right? And then there are those of us who would say that's just fine, let's just make it go away. I mean, it doesn't, let's just not have it there. So again, with the primarily everyone's like, no, not going to do it. So I'm with you. I'm not staying in the hotel. The lunch was the closest I got on a sunny day, and that was even in Scotland. So I mean, maybe, but yeah, no, just straight up creepy stuff. No straight up creepy stuff. All right, let's move on, shall we? We're gonna go to creepy, scary, entertaining. True or false? Put your thinking caps back on, because here we go. True or false? And some of these you might be familiar with, you might have heard before. There's a lot on a couple of these we might have mentioned. Okay, you might be able to sell it if you said the ghost or cleaning ghost or clearing ghost, and they keep the place cleaning closed, and they keep the place clean. I'm so sorry. First day with my new lips. My apologies. Okay, so you might be able to sell it if you said the ghost or cleaning ghost, and they keep the place clean. Hey, I'll let them stay if they're a cleaning ghost. That's where I reconsider things. Now hold up. If they're going to be doing something like cleaning, laundry, cooking, things, anything along those, I think a lot would say, okay, they could stay. Moving on, here we go. Okay, so we're getting into the creepy, funny, kind of good stuff. So, the frozen face of the Titanic. After the Titanic sunk, divers reported that the ocean floor near the wreck smelled like perfume, and they found a mannequin head eerily frozen in an expression of terror. No, okay, so after sinking the Titanic, the divers reported that the ocean floor near the wreck smelled like perfume, and they found a mannequin head that was eerily frozen in an expression of terror. Interesting. True or false? True or false? Now that kind of stuff just creeps me out. Yeah, right. Like it's a mannequin head. So, I mean, a mannequin has this, just as it's the same old face all the time, a mannequin has. But I mean, mannequins are creepy, right? Another one of those. Our box has grown exponentially. It really has. Now we've included everything to be something that could scare us. This is true, except that movie Mannequin. That was great. Yes, it was. What was his name in that? And her name. Oh, that was good. That was a great one. Okay, false. Okay, false. Okay, another one. True. Okay, so a couple of true, one true, a couple of false, and the answer is false. The ocean's too harsh for perfume or mannequins, but it's a hauntingly believable tale, isn't it? It really is. I mean, that's the truth. Anything with the Titanic, anything with stuff that big that affected that many people in one place at one time, just you have to believe there's leave room for anything, right? Okay, so false, false, true, and it rewind on false. All right. How about this one? This will creep you out nice and right. Okay, snakes falling from the sky. So in 1877, people in Memphis, Tennessee claimed it rained snakes during the thunderstorm, during a thunderstorm. So 1877, people in Memphis, Tennessee claimed it rained snakes during a thunderstorm. Joms, true, possibly. I vaguely think I have heard of this before. All right, one true. All right. All right, not sure. Okay. All right. Let's see. This snake's falling from. The answer is true. Absolutely, Jones. Historians documented animal rain, likely lifted by wind funnels in several parts of the world. Fascinating. Fascinating. Now, can you see that one come at you? Oh, I can imagine I can't even imagine the thoughts and theories and things that are behind that. How frightening. Snakes falling from the sky. Mm-mm. Okay. So, yes, that's true. Okay, Johnny, thank you. All right, next up, here we go. The elevator game that summons spirits. Okay, jumps. Wow, right. You're so smart. The elevator that summons spirits. So, urban legend says if you press the buttons in a certain order in an empty elevator, you'll reach a hidden dimension where a woman enters, but you mustn't speak to her. Okay, that's a lot to take in. Snakes on the plane, snakes in the rain. Johnny, get over here. Let's go. Come on. All right, leave the snakes alone. Come on, into the elevator we go. Now, if we press the buttons in a certain order and we're in an empty elevator, will we reach a hidden dimension where a woman enters with us, but we mustn't speak to her? That's crazy. Like, no, no, craziness, craziness. What do you think? Or you just stop at each floor, right? Yep. See if she doesn't want us to come in. Knock, knock. Who's there? Scared. Okay. Do I need to put myself in? We are that close, ma'am. We are that close. Where's my hand? There we go. That close. Okay. What order do I push those buttons? Does anyone know? No, we're not yet. That's like counting. That's 3, 2 right now. Okay. And the elevator game that summons spirits. False, as in not proven. But the myth in viral Korean ghost stories and some YouTube challenges still make you take the stairs. I just simply wouldn't push the buttons. Like, don't be, I mean, anyway, you're going to get the elevator jammed. You're going to cause an emergency, or you're going to make it stop, or no, don't mess with the elevator. That's absolutely crazy. Don't mess with the elevator. Please leave the elevator alone. Please leave the elevator alone. Okay. Are you ready for the next one? Here we go. Joey, are you in timeout right now? Is this self-timed? Hello, hello. Okay, are you ready for our next one? The doll that sends text. So a haunted doll named Lucy, something in that name, in an Austrian museum allegedly texts staff members from an unlisted number saying things like, I miss you. Oh, that is so creepy. Yes, you are. No. And there you're here. I'm so glad. What do you think about Lucy? You think Lucy's out texting all the people in all the staff members trying to creep him out or scare him? A haunted doll named Lucy in an Austrian museum, which she's there, so apparently they know she's a haunted doll, and she texts messages to members from an unlisted number saying, I miss you. True or false? False. I know. That's kind of an unbelievable thing, isn't it? Kind of an unbelievable thing. I mean, I don't know. Sounds, yeah, false. False, we're there. Okay, our answer is true. Museum employees publicly confirmed the text and even changed phones. The messages, they say, kept coming. Wow. Not that Lucy, I guess. I don't, yeah, I don't love Lucy. I don't love that Lucy either. That's kind of scary. Like, I think that's kind of scary. No. Okay, so Lucy just got to stop because that's creepy. But yeah, they say, yeah, she did. They say, yeah, she did. So Lucy's out. Like, I don't love that Lucy either. I know. I'll blame chat, man. I'll blame chatty. That's what they say. Okay, so it's been a while since we got into some food. So let's talk about what we can make up for Halloween. I even put some little directions in here that Tell us how this is going to be fun stuff. Okay. They had a number. They had their number. They had their number. Yes, they did. Fact checker. I know it's, I'm telling you, accordingly. It's so it is said. So it is said. Okay, here we go with some good fun food. So if you want to type in at any time, let me know. I know, where is Jules? I know she was out and about there, but hopefully we'll get to see her soon. And chat and Alan them aren't back yet. They're going to be back next week. So I wonder sometimes if they're just not in cahoots, actually. Okay, so let me know if you have something fun that you like to do for Halloween. But here we're going to start with some Vampire Kiss cupcakes. So dark chocolate cupcakes, fill them with raspberry centers, top them with white frosting bangs, and then voila. How you like that? Isn't that cool looking? Kind of like that. Kind of think that is going to be, I mean, that looks pretty doable. I think I could do that. I mean, that definitely looks doable. And it looks delicious. Not complaining. Okay. What do you think? Is that a good one for you? Vampire Kiss cupcakes. Vampire Kiss cupcakes. All right, here you go. Hungry? Yeah, I know. Make you see the next here. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, try this one. Try this one. These are bloody finger hot dogs. Really unique. So hot dogs cut and shaped to look like severed fingers, complete with the almond sliver nails and ketchup for blood. Right? I mean, totally gross looking, absolutely tasty and wonderful if anybody wants to eat it. I mean, and of course you're gonna serve them up nice and right. That's another one good one. I will pass on the bloody finger hot dogs. I know, but they do look pretty cool, right? They do look pretty cool. I gotta say, I think they look pretty cool. Okay, so yes on the cupcakes, no on the fingers. I mean, and granted, sometimes things can be. Yeah, it's like when they made green ketchup. Remember when they made or green and purple ketchup? One was one green, one purple. It's just like I was never. I don't know. Like it just didn't even look like you were supposed to eat something like that. It just didn't. Okay, so next up, bat wings. Check out this little delicacy. So it's chicken wings dyed black. Worry about the dye. They're with squid dye or dark soy glaze, giving them a glossy, eerie look that still tastes amazing. So basically, soy based, sort of soy glazed chicken wings. Right now, that's pretty easy, pretty simple, no big deal. Nice and savory, and think of how that looks next to your cupcakes and next to your fingers, or not your fingers. I understand. But yes, I mean that sounds like it'd be pretty good. Sounds like it's pretty easy, pretty simple to do. Imagine having that out when someone trick or treats. Here you go, little one. We don't ever have anyone really come around Halloween time. Like this trunk or treat, I think a lot of kids nowadays go to like trunk or treat or something. Because there's a lot less, very, very few drop in. Okay, so wonder what your mouth would look like after that. I know. I bet you. Yes. Yes. Dark. Very, very dark. Okay. So next up now, this would take some work here. This is the witch's brew stew, the green slime soup. So it's a gooey green concoction made with spinach and peas or food coloring, often bubbling in a cauldron pot for effect. Some versions even have fake eyeballs, and they make those from peeled grapes or mozzarella balls with olives in the center. What do you think about that? Now that takes a minute or so longer to get going, but yeah, it'd have to be like what is that called? Dry ice or something, bubbling or boiling looking like, because your mozzarella is your cheese. So if it's really boiling, it would be melted. So yeah, I'm thinking like something with that. Okay. Ew, I'm a texture person. So yeah, I know this would be hard on this. Yes, this one would be the hardest of all. I mean, this one, let's see, the best one I like the cupcakes, then the wings, then the fingers, then this would definitely be like the last, if at all. But it is, yes, yes, it is. Very, very creative. Very creative. Some good ideas to get us ready for Halloween, which is just next week. So be getting ready for some Halloween dress up, wear your costume. Al and them will all be back by then. I'm looking totally forward to seeing them. So next week's Halloween. Thank you for joining us tonight. That is the end of our evening. I appreciate you being here so much. If you like it, like, share, and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Send it to your friends. Tell them what they're missing. They miss food almost every week, at least some mention of food along the way. Stay kind. Be kind to everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to stop our screen share right now. There you go. All right, everybody. Goodbye. Peace and love to you. We'll see you next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you so much.